Are the girls wearing the light blue?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of a neat idea.
It is, isn't it?
That's not normal.
You know what, Candy?
Yeah.
Crystal's sister?
Yeah.
That's not the one I saw. I saw the other sister.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it was.
There you go.
Yes, you're right. That's
They came up on the side.
You know what side he's coming from?
Which way did I scoot?
Do you know what side he's coming from?
No. Which way did I scoot? The other way of the camera or the way through?
Wonder which side. Because you're still standing right in the way.
Yeah. Well, I can't go. I can't move to the left because of
Did he get his haircut? Where was the last one? The band sounds pretty good.
really now.
Yes.
Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
afternoon and welcome to the 2015 WACO ceremony for graduation class of 2015. It's been a long 13 years since some of you entered kindergarten and you're here, but your parents say that's the fastest 13 years ever. Believe me, they really do. So, to begin with, I'd like to introduce a high school band directed by Mrs. Millie Youngquist, and they're going to play Animal. We have some distinguished guests in our audience today. They are all of our veterans. If you're a veteran, please stand to be recognized. Our keynote speaker this year, voted by the senior class, is Mr. Bert Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Nance, and thank you, senior seniors for that rousing introduction. What a great group of seniors we have this year. I was thinking back to when I was a senior in high school, what kind of speech I would have liked to hear. I have to admit, I would have wanted a short speech so I could hurry up and get out to the graduation parties and celebrate. In the old days, when seniors graduated, they usually stayed closer to home. Now graduates often move away to another state or even another country. I know my own kids have moved away and I miss them a lot, but it's really helped this year to have such a great group of seniors to talk to. I remember the time I was at school, my cell phone rang. I'd loaned my car to my daughter, and I thought she was going to go out with friends or drive to work or something. Well, she drove to a rock concert in Denver, and on the way home, the transmission went out in the car, and she was calling me from the side of the road somewhere in Nebraska. So I was with the seniors. I put the cell on speakerphone, and we helped talk her through the process of calling a tow truck, and then traded the car off on another. So seniors, you have to take it easy on your folks, because it's going to be tough for them to see you go. But it's the right thing that you're moving on with your lives. Looking back over the year, I remember having jousting matches in Mrs. Weir's room when we studied Shakespeare, and rubber band duels in Mrs. Reichenbach's American History class when we read about Aaron Burr. You folks in the audience probably wonder what the heck was going on. But I have a point, and that is, you should always work hard. Of course, that's important, but it's important to have a little fun along the way too, guys. As you seniors head out into the world, I have 3 pieces of advice. First, you should remember who you are and where you're from. Not that everything here at WACO has been perfect, but at least then, remember what you wanted to change. Someday, years from now, if you realize, hey, I used to be a happy person, now I'm not. Or you find yourself doing something that conflicts with your core values. If you remember who you are and where you're from, you can retrace your steps and get things right. My second piece of advice, never back down to bullies. It's an unfortunate fact of life. There will always be bullies and tyrants, large and small. And I'm not saying you have to do anything drastic, okay? But always try to do something. If we think back for a minute to the founding of this country, imagine how impossible the odds must have seemed to the early revolutionaries. There was an incredibly powerful, inherited elite in charge of the government, the kings and the queens. Powerful multinational corporations like East India controlled the economy. We can look back at the things the founders of America did to resist, like throwing tea off the East India Corporation's ships into Boston Harbor. Such acts of civil disobedience may seem small and insignificant, but they're hugely important. Our country would not be here today without such actions. So seniors, please, don't ever be afraid to speak your mind, to read whatever book you want, to honestly write what's in your heart, or when the time is right, to turn over the tables of the money changers, to donate to a good cause, even if it's only $1, or the loose change in your pocket, or if you have no money, you can always lend a helping hand to someone less fortunate. My last advice, always strive to improve things no matter what you do. They often refer to the people that came before you as the greatest generation. I wouldn't buy that. Every generation is great in some way. All the past generations that have ever lived, they have nothing on you guys. I've known most of you since preschool story hour. You seniors are smart, you're talented, you're hardworking. You know how to use technology better than any previous generation. And the challenges that you face have never been greater. I have to apologize that my own generation has not left you with a better world. All the problems we see with pollution, the massive government debt that you guys are going to be stuck with, terrorism and wars and disagreements that have killed millions and millions of people in those previous generations. Trevor and Joe have been in Des Moines, working as pages. They have seen firsthand all the fighting and bickering going on there. The legislature cannot even come together to pass a budget. Seniors, you guys can do better than this. You've gotten a good start. You've completed your high school education. A lot of work went into that by you, by your teachers, and by your parents. And you've had good examples set for you. For example, most scientists now say there's a problem with pollution and we need to use more renewable energy. Let's look at what people have done right here in your own community. There isn't another school in the country, maybe the whole world, that has a geothermal and a photovoltaic system like this school district has. If you look around this area, you see solar power installed by farmers and businesses everywhere. Years from now, if there's a climate crisis and children ask, what did you do to help? People like our WACO school board and our superintendent and farmers and the people that live in this community can say, hey, we tried. Maybe not all our efforts were perfect, but at least we tried to do something. Seniors, please remember the times that we tried to make this world a better place. Like the time when our school packaged food for hungry children. Or how people in this community tried to make peace in the world. They may not have been successful every time, but hey, at least they tried. This is where you come from, and you can be proud of this place, this school, and this community. In closing, we love you guys, and we're going to miss you tremendously. But we know it's the right thing for you to move on with your lives. That's the way it should be. We wish you all the best. Please, just don't forget us, the good times we've had, who you are, where you're from, and please come back and visit us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Very touching. Now we have three senior speakers who touch us with a speech of their own. And the first one will be Tucker Janicek.
First off, I want to say thank you to Mr. Miller for that speech, and thank you to all the parents who are here today, couldn't get here without you, and teaching us the values of life. I want to thank you teachers for giving me all your time and effort to get us here today. I've had a lot of memories in high school. I can honestly say that I can tell anyone in here about every single one of you 2015 graduates. I've gotten to know all of you in some way that has left a memorable impact on me. I hope I left a memorable impact on you as well. I can honestly say I will miss you all. But this doesn't mean goodbye or farewell. It just means see you around. We have all come far in our years here at good old Waco High School. It's funny how fast life can go. In high school, we've made tons of friends, and those friends know But I like to sleep sometimes. Even in school, I caught myself sleeping. A very good friend of mine, and very intelligent man, in my opinion, Randy Graber, used to be a science teacher here at WACO. He reminded me today in church of how much I like to sleep, because he claimed I did it in his class. I learned very fast, though, that sleeping in class wouldn't make me learn very much. I don't know why I slept all the time, to be quite honest. I mean, I can sleep when I'm retired, living in my Malibu beach house. I pictured it right next to the ocean. For me, as the days have been counting down to this moment right here, I've been asking myself questions on the future and what it holds for me. What will I be doing in 5 years? Where will I be in the next 10 years? As we walk out the doors today, I'm sure we all have plans on what we think we'll be doing. But even the best laid plans can be changed. So my advice that I give to you, 2015 seniors, is live one day at a time, live it to your fullest, and do what makes you happy. Do the things that you enjoy, don't live with any regrets. Right now, I can honestly say I'm about the happiest I've ever been. Seeing all my classmates in one room together, and all the family and friends that have came here today, all of us in one room is truly amazing. Now, I'm not a poet. My teachers, Miss Weir and Mr. Ferguson, they could verify that. But something that I read kind of sums up what I'm trying to say. Graduation day is finally here, and so now ends your high school career. Always remember the friends you hold dear, and look toward your future without any fear. This is the day you've been preparing for, since the day you walked through that first classroom door. Now it's time to say goodbye, and spread your wings, be ready to fly. So shed a tear and share a smile, and be sure to remember all the while that although it may now be time to move on, today's memories will last you your whole life long. So class of 2015, chase your dreams, strive for the goals you have always wanted to achieve, live your life one step at a time, live in the present, not the future. Remember who you are and where you came from. I believe every single one of you will be successful. Congratulations, class of 2015. We made it.
Thank you, Tucker. Next up is Josiah Anderson.
Hello, WACO students, staff, and families. Thank you for coming here to celebrate the graduation of this great senior class. I know every one of you parents is proud of your child for graduating, but you should also be proud of yourselves for getting them there. You did most of the work to get them that way. Before I begin my speech, I'd like to say how honored I am that the senior class would choose me to be one of the people to represent them here today. I am truly grateful. Many great graduation speeches talk about all the memories we made together, or all the obstacles we've overcome together. But I don't really care about those things. My fondest memories are really only a tiny portion of all the memories that this class has made together over the last 12 years. And frankly, the challenges we face here are nothing compared to the challenges that soldiers in the Middle East face, or children in China face. I can tell you about all the great things we've accomplished in this class. 5 girls from this class have led the basketball team for the last 3 years, and this year, they had the most wins they've probably had in 20 years. But honestly, that's not very important. In 20 years, nobody's going to remember that. No job application is going to ask for how many touchdowns you scored your senior year, or what your serve percentage was as a senior. No one's going to have their girlfriends break up with them because they dropped a touchdown pass in the 4th quarter of a football game. At least I hope not. Don't get me wrong. Be proud of everything you've done in high school. Be proud of what you've achieved. But I believe we should really be proud of the things we've learned through high school. I can honestly say this class of seniors is made up of some of the most responsible, kind, hardworking, civic-minded, loving, and driven collection of students that this school has ever seen. There's no doubt in my mind that if I were ever to find myself in need of help, I could call on any single one of these seniors, and they would be there for me. I don't want to de-emphasize what we've learned in the classroom from our teachers, but I want to emphasize instead what we've learned from our teachers when the lesson plan was put aside and instead it was life that was discussed. I want to remind you all of the things we have learned from each other outside of the classroom. After we have left this place for the last time, I want you to remember not our wins and our losses, but how Coach Dicker taught us to win and lose with grace. I don't want you to remember how you went buddying with your friends and got stuck. I want you to remember how Braden or Brett was always there to pull you out afterwards. Now, no one in this class is perfect, but we all have individual virtues which make us who we are. If we learn from each other, this could allow us to actually make an impact on our future communities, neighbors, and maybe even the world. On that note, I want to thank you all for the examples you provided me personally. I want to thank you for teaching me honor, respect, and acceptance. I have no doubt you will achieve great things in your lives. For my good friend, Alvin Wayland said, every calling is great if greatly pursued. Great can be having a big house or having a nice car. But in a more complete sense, it means living a life that inspires the people around you. Be the example for others that our classmates and teachers have been for us. I hope you all have learned as much from each other as I have learned from you. Thank you all, teachers, parents, and instructors, for making my time here at WACO the best 3 years of my life.
Josiah is the only student that has ever given the detention to himself. Somehow, there was a computer left on and he thought, hey, I'll just see if this works. And it did. It did. So, hope you remember that. The last senior speaker is Melissa Jepson.
Good afternoon, class of 2013, friends, faculty, and family. Bill Bradley, an American senator, New York Knicks basketball player, and Olympic gold medalist, once said, "Sports is a metaphor for overcoming obstacles and achieving against great odds. Athletes, in times of difficulty, can be important role models." I look at this quote and think, how true could that be? We must all overcome obstacles to keep us moving forward in the race of our lives. As a track hurdler myself, I can relate to that quote quite a bit. We've all met many hurdles along the way, big and small, and we've all met very different kinds of hurdles. Some of us may seem that we haven't met very many, and others, mountains. Our class has been together for much of our high school career, and some even since kindergarten. This being said, we haven't always faced these hurdles alone. This year, our senior boys didn't have quite the winning football season that they had expected. Yet they put their hearts on the line every game. Josh, Braden, Ben, Tucker, Michael, and Josiah. We went through that with you too. With perseverance and dedication, it's hard to stop a person from doing what they love. Aaliyah, you threw your shoulder out how many times this past basketball season and still continue to fight through the pain and achieve what you wanted. And now you have a seat on a college basketball team next year. But our hasn't always faced just shallow sports hurdles. We've also been affected by deaths, cancers, and tragedies from each other's families. Some of us are living with other families temporarily to finish high school, and others are giving every penny of their earnings to support their families. Our class has had to adjust to our newly renovated school week schedule, a hurdle that our class set the example for, a hurdle that is still in perseverance for this school. The tornado of 2012 affected us and our entire community. We conquered that hurdle together. These are the big hurdles we face in life. The class of 2015, look where you're sitting right now. Graduation. That means you conquered those hurdles. Your race isn't over yet, though. Take the persistence and strengths you've acquired and apply them to the rest of your life to conquer even more. It doesn't matter how different our obstacles have all been, because no matter where we are or where we are going, there's going to be an obstacle for us to conquer. It may slow you down, or you may fall. But for every obstacle conquered, there is a lesson learned. There are some ramifications for each one, some good, and some might lead you just to another hurdle. We will all be going down separate paths after this, but don't let the small things knock you down, and don't let the big things keep you down. So next year, when you get your first bad grade on a test, or your first sign of disapproval from your boss, don't freak out. Remember, it's just another hurdle. And if you need a copy of this speech as a reminder, let me know, because I might have to dig it out for myself next year too. And let me remind you, this class hasn't faced the hurdles alone. We've had people in the stands for us every step of the way. They may not have been the same people your whole life, or maybe you were fortunate enough to count on the same ones. So thank you, coaches, parents, siblings, teachers, friends, and family. Your guidance and shoulder to lean on has helped us get here today. The role for us students will be shifting here very quickly. You'll have to be in the stands someday for someone else too, if you haven't already. So return from what you've learned so far and carry it on to your future. You'll become responsible for solely yourself next year, and it's okay to be your own cheerleader sometimes. And someday, you'll be responsible for others too, being the head of a household. So give them the same supporting hands and the help you received here or always wanted. Although graduation speeches are often cliche, which you might think this one is, don't let your life become cliche. This is your goal, your obstacles, and your race. Being here at graduation is only one of your first life hurdles. Make it your goal to conquer many more of many different kinds. Now, class of 2015. Are you going to walk off that track when you trip and skin your knee? Or are you going to get back up and attack the next hurdle even stronger? Thank you. Congratulations, class.
I think we need to give another round of applause for all 4 speeches today. At this time, I'm going to award some honors for academics. The first 4 are for 4 students that had a 3.5, 3.4 GPA for all 4 years of their high school career. First up is Aaliyah Brown. Kalisha Miller. Caitlin Thompson. And Joshua Shoemaker. The next certificates are for 3.75 and above for all 4 years of high school. Josiah Anderson. Braden Blake. Jenny Green. Haley Horak. Jalissa Jepson. Erica Lincoln. Leah McElhenney. Mitchell Schaefer. And Gabby Wagner. That was a great job for all of you this year. Okay, next up, for the recognition of the 2015 WACO Foundation Wall of Fame is Dr. Smith.
Thank you, and first of all, on behalf of the WACO Foundation, congratulations, seniors. You're about to start your in your life. You've heard today, remember where you came from. Also, don't forget those who were here when you were here, and those who were here before you. And that's what we're going to recognize right now. On behalf of WACO Community School District Foundation, we recognize a distinguished graduate from WACO High School, Crawfordsville, Oldsville, Wayland. We were all the way back in 1901. So don't forget us. This year's inductee, Carmen Roth-Moore. Carmen was Chief Clerk of the Iowa House of Representatives in 1974 branch of WACO High School. She earned advanced degrees from the American Institute of Business at Drake University. She served as an Iowa State Representative for the 7th District from 1999 to 2008, serving on the Education Committee, Judiciary Committee as a ranking member of the State Government Committee. Carmen has served on the Yankee School Board, Board of New Harbor of Des Moines, the Board of New Horizons Adult Day Center of Ankeny, the Board of Education, Foundation of Ankeny, Christian Academy. She is married to fellow WACO graduate from 1974, Steve Bowl. They have 3 children. They live in Ankeny. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished graduate from WACO, Carmen Bowl.
Thank you so much for this very unexpected and very humbling honor, and I appreciate it very much. It doesn't seem like that long ago that I was sitting in your chairs and thinking about, I sure hope this can get over as quickly as possible so we can go on. But I want to thank the foundation for this award, and I think it's very appropriate that it is called, it's an honor that the foundation provides, because that's truly what I gained here at WACO High School in this community growing up in all of my years of childhood and growing up and graduating from WACO High School in 1974 is a foundation. A foundation from, first of all, my family and many extended families, some of which are here today, and many who still live in the area. Secondly, community. No community is as strong as a community like Wayland, Olds, and Coppersville, because they're there when you need extra support. And thirdly, from my church community, my church family at Wayland Mennonite, I'm so thankful for the things that they helped me to instill in me as I was growing up and standing beside me. And then finally, the school community, the fine education that I received here that allowed me to go on and pursue more education as many of you are as well. And those things were so helpful when we did face those hurdles, as Melissa talked about, particularly when my father died when I was 16. The community surrounded us and gave us that foundation that we can then take out in the world as we go on. Your foundation is always a part of you, something that no one can ever take away from you. Over the years, we've had many opportunities to visit with a lot of young people, such as yourself, including my own children, who say, the minute I graduate, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to a different state, I'm going way far away, I'm never coming back. And maybe you won't. Maybe you will go far away, and I wish you all success in all that you do. But it doesn't matter where you go, because you'll always have the things that you gained here in those four areas of your life that you can take with you. Part of my job now is chief cook of the house, as I have the wonderful opportunity of working with young people, 2 of which are your graduates today, Trevor Lynn and Joe Mitchell. And if they are any indication of the class of 2015 here, I can tell you that you are a wonderful class. We have so much to be proud of here, and that you brought to, that they were able to bring to the Capitol and able to grow and stretch. And that's the part I love the most about the PAGE program, is that it allows students to experience new things that I personally could have done as a senior in high school in this area because of my interest in this area. And one of the pieces of advice that I always give the pages when I speak to them at the beginning of the year is what I'll give you as my parting words, because I believe it's so strongly. Your level of success in life is proportional to your willingness to do things that make you uncomfortable. And by uncomfortable, I don't mean morally uncomfortable. What I mean is it makes you scared to death to do it. And you do it anyway. Because you know that you're going to grow from that experience. So go out and do the things that kind of scare you just a little bit. And you'll grow and you'll become better people. And maybe we'll see some of you in Des Moines, in Iowa. We hope to stay in Iowa. But thank you so much, and congratulations to class of 2015, and thanks to the foundation for this award.
Next up to perform for you will be our high school choir. They are directed by Mrs. Millie Youngquist and accompanied by Mr. Robert Youngquist. They will perform Hallelujah. All right, class, the time you've been waiting for. Are you ready? Are you ready? Mr. President, I certify that this class has met all WACO and state requirements for graduation. They are now ready for their diploma. First group. Josiah Kern Anderson. Alexis Surrey Benhart. Braden Knutson Blake. Aaliyah Julia Brown. Emily Laurel Edwards. Austin Lee Durham. Emma Renee Eubank. Cody D. Ford. Trilby May Freer. Jenny Ray Green. Benjamin Jacob Persinger. Brett Paul Heseltine. Kaylee Jean Horak. Tucker Quinn Janacek. Alyssa Joe Jepson. Michael Joseph LaBarbera. Erica Elsie Linksey. Diane K. Lemon. Trevor Jonathan Lynn. Kylie Nicole Malloy. Leah Grace McElhaney. Kalisha Rochelle Miller. Joseph Paul Mitchell. Jesus Perez. Darren James Reckheim. Corbin Joseph Schultz. Mitchell Wayne Schaefer. Brendan William Champney. Joshua Richard Shoemaker. Riley J. Stacy. Samantha Joe Stacy.
Ready to go home? Take your
My favorite part coming up next is baby picnic. Yeah.
Well, I thought they said we were going to watch a movie and we went to
Yeah, I was thinking, oh no, they didn't set up the screen.
Oh, you think they should have it up the whole time?
No, yeah, I don't know. That's like what happened to me when I took that picture.
Yeah, no offense, Kyle, but this one's more exciting than the college one.
Oh, you don't say.
And Matthew's not here to be part nasty part. That's what he was doing while you were sitting down there. Matthew was sitting right by him when he was at work. Oh, that's probably not the best.
But which one's gonna be shorter?
Shorter? Forever.
What?
That yours took forever.
No. But because that one guy talks so much.
Yeah, I know. Mom's like,
Thing that came from
It's a little intimidating. are wise. We know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long. I wanna be somebody to lean on. Please cover your pride if I have made you think, oh, no one can live close over me that you always show. Brother, we all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. You won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just come on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load that you never carry, right up the road, I'll share your load. If you just want me,
Yeah, we only had like the one. Oh, did you? Yeah. The other ones weren't very good. Was it just like some individual too? Yeah, every time you picked a different pose, it was like $15 more. Yes. Yeah, that's it. There's too much. There is.
class of 2015 please rise? You may move your tassel to the left side.